Hi, my name is Ali Keegan, and I am a criminal defense attorney at the law office of David Shapiro in San Diego, where we help good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. I want to talk about the value of hiring an attorney to go visit your loved one in custody before you actually retain them to defend them in the entire criminal case that they might be facing. If you know someone that's in custody right now and you're shopping around for attorneys to defend them, you might have already experienced a situation where you call a criminal defense attorney, you talk for a couple minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes, and then based on the charges, they quote you a retainer amount on the spot. And that's something you really want to look out for and is a little bit of a red flag. And that is because the one-size-fits-all approach works for many things, but criminal defense is absolutely not one of them. And the best way to make sure that whatever attorney you ultimately hire to defend your loved one in court is a good fit is to have the attorney go visit that person and talk to them one-on-one, assess the situation, and decide from there what their best options are and who would be the best person to represent them. And there are several reasons for this, why there's a difference between visiting the client or potential client and just speaking to you on the phone. If you're the third party and you're not the person in custody, you probably don't, and you hopefully don't know everything about the case, because you don't want that person on the jail phones telling you about what happened. That's definitely going to hurt them later on. So if they're doing the right thing and they're not disclosing everything that happened to you, then you just don't know the full situation. And if you don't have all that information, you can't relay it to the attorney for the attorney to make an educated guess at how much this case is going to be worth and how much time and energy it will require in order to do it the right way. So the only way to get all that information that the attorney would need would be to actually go visit the person face to face in a professional, confidential visit so that you can get all that information without it coming back to haunt you down the road. It also gives the attorney a better idea of what kind of defenses there might actually be for the case. If I talk to you on the phone for a little while about what you think your loved one's accused of, I can tell you generally what the most common defenses are, what defenses typically work better than others, but I have no clue if that applies to your loved one or the person in custody. There's no way of knowing until you actually look at the case itself through that conversation and then determine what to do from there. And another benefit is that it really just gives you a better idea of if that particular attorney and that particular defendant or accused is going to be a good fit together. You gotta understand that you want an attorney that's not gonna take it lightly, that someone's life and future is in their hands. And when you're completely depending on someone else to defend you, and you don't have that expertise or legal training and you're kind of helpless in that process and you're just leaning on the attorney to help get you through it, you want to make sure that you're going to work well together. You want to make sure that the personalities fit and that you have this mutual trust and respect for one another, because you're going to be in it for the long haul, and there's no way of knowing how those personalities will mix until you actually get a chance to meet each other. And there's no way to do that over the phone through a third party. So it's definitely something that you want to consider when choosing an attorney to help represent your husband, your wife, your kids, your friends, or anything of that nature. And then finally, the benefit of a jail visit is it's just a friendly face in an otherwise horrifying situation, especially if you have someone that was just picked up and booked in. They might not have access to social visits yet or anything. They might not even be able to see or speak to you right away, but attorneys do have a little more access. And it's someone to show up, to see them in person, to tell them that no matter how things are looking or what they're accused of, that things will be okay and they still have options. And I can't stress enough how much that might help someone's emotional well-being throughout this process, to know that they have someone in their corner and fighting for them, and that their loved ones are seeking representation on their behalf, so that every step of the way, they can make sure that their future is being protected by someone that has their best interests at heart. So if you have a loved one in custody and you want someone to go visit them for a professional visit to evaluate the case and let you know what options they might have, go ahead and give us a call. Our phone number is 295 3555.